Okay, this is the Polesaw by Greenworks, which is a 48 volt lithium powered pole saw. So it has an 8-inch chain on the end, and the pole itself will extend up to 10 feet. So there is another pole extension that you can attach. We just have the single extension, which is by itself is about 4 to 6 feet. But if you want 10 feet plus whatever reach you have with your arms, you can get 11 or 12 feet up a tree. So how it works is you slide the battery in the end, and it's a 48 volt, which is, I believe, 4 amps. So it's quite powerful. Lasts about an hour on a single charge. And if you look on the side, you can see, probably not in this light, but you can see the charge. There's a 3 light charging indicator. So this one's about 2/3 charged, so it'll give me about 40 minutes of power. So whenever you're messing with the chain, you never want to have the battery in. That's one thing. And you also want to make absolutely sure that there's enough chain oil. And here is the indicator for the level of chain oil. You probably can't see in this light, but right now it is essentially full, and you don't want to run out of chain oil. And if you do have to adjust the chain tension, which you should always check the chain tension, you might want to have a look and just give it a little finger pull. So that is definitely too loose. That needs to be tightened. These chain links shouldn't really come away from the bar much at all. So what I would do is just undo the housing here. And it's a bit fiddly, especially with gloves on. And you might want to just zoom up a little bit here. You can see you basically have to pull it outwards to tension it, and you can see you want to make sure that the chain is running in the track, and probably clean out some of this debris as well. But once you put the cover back on, you want to pull outwards, and even I'd like to pull outwards a little bit when you're putting the cover back on, just to make sure the chain stays on the track, and make sure you don't do it backwards. And then you would just keep the outward tension on this, and then just tighten it up. And this is a plastic housing, but this is metal in the middle, so you can tension it pretty tight. You're not going to crack the plastic. But do make sure this is tight. I mean, don't over tighten it, and now you'll see I can only pull the chain off just a hair, and it'll rotate freely. Again, never put the battery in until you're actually ready to fire it up. Safety glasses, of course. And make sure cats are nowhere near the blade. Right, Juno? Not near the blade. So now it's powered up. There's a bit of a tricky safety lock on the trigger. So if you look at that, you actually got to push forward with your thumb. If you just go straight down, it's not going to start. Press forward and squeeze, and then now you're live. It does spray a little bit of oil, as the cat just found out about. So especially when you've just changed the oil, you want to kind of give it a go, and then you can go find a tree and go crazy.